Hey guys, what is going on? Hey Tim, hi Crichton, hey Apple Bottom Jeans, hey Nicole. Oh fuck Tim, yeah you are. Fucking yeah you are. Hi Foxy in the Boxy, yeah DB Cooper, great one. Okay, so today we are doing episode 1 of our new series, Mysteries in History. Cheesy and corny, just the way I like it. Hi Amber, hi Wolfie, hi Gen X. Yeah, we're gonna do mysteries in history, and I told you guys to bring the most bizarre mysteries that you guys can think of, trying to go for the more natural ones versus the myths, just because yeah, I mean we'll get into the myths, but just the natural ones are like awesome, right? Hi Red Raider, hey Rena. Whatever, Rena. Well, okay. So, first of all, I have to start with one of the biggest mysteries that, like, I am in love with. And anybody who knows me, who started from Natasha's, know what I'm going to say. And I am going for the Dyatlov Pass incident. So, anybody who isn't familiar with the Dyatlov Pass, oh my goodness. All right. So, like, the Dyatlov Pass incident is one of the most mind-boggling, bizarre cases I have ever stumbled across. So there were these 9 Soviet trekkers. They were in school, and they were part of this like hiking team where they go out in like these extreme snow conditions. And they happened to die in the northern Ural Mountains under circumstances. Remember when I called Teddy hot or something? Oh God, I was so stupid back then. Hi, Penny. Oh my goodness, I was so stupid back then. But seriously, like, okay, so these 9 hikers, they were extremely. You haven't heard of that? Okay, Gen X. Oh my goodness. Like this one puts a pep in my step. So they were these 9 experienced hikers. They were part of this school, and they went out on these treacherous hikes. I wasn't going to say uncircumcised. And so they were the best in their class, okay? Like they were the best at what they did, and these basically they never returned. And so okay, sometimes in those conditions during that time period, it was 1959. Okay, if it takes, a day or two, no, Rita, no, don't put me on the spot like that. Oh, she's messing up my flow. No, seriously. I'm getting embarrassed. But basically, so they allowed, a couple of days to pass, because, okay, maybe it took longer because this snow, it was covered in snow. It was very rough conditions. And so, but only after a really long period of time passed that they went out and searched for them. Now, originally, they only found their tent. And what was so odd about their tent is that it was cut from the inside out. It was cut from the inside out. And it was only after a longer period of time had passed that they started finding the bodies one by one. And the bodies were in the most unusual circumstances. Tongues ripped out, eyes missing, horrible, horrible injuries, horrific injuries that cannot be accounted for. Some of the hikers were wearing the clothing of the other hikers. There were 3 hikers that were found kind of in a one line going down the snow, 2 of the hikers near a tree, and then the other 3 in a snow den. And like I said, some hikers were wearing the other hikers' clothes. Some of them didn't wear clothes at all. Very unusual, very bizarre injuries, like the force of a car accident, like of a person being hit by a car. Like that's the type of injuries these bodies had equated to. But what would cause someone's tongue to be removed? What would cause someone's eyes to go missing? And there is no evidence that there was anybody there. There is no evidence whatsoever that this was caused by an outside factor. This is one of the cases that my very first time being on a panel with Natasha Cooper, I was a panel whore back then. And so I always asked, if you could choose one unsolved case, to figure out what really happened, what case would you choose? And I'd ask everybody what they think. And on Natasha's panel, I said, mine is the Dyatlov Pass. And she never heard of that. So from there, we started covering the Dyatlov Pass and we got really deep into it. And then there's this writer, Teddy, who has an entire website based off of it, even though I don't agree with her theory, but we ended up Natasha had her on and interviewed her. And yeah, so we went deep during this case. And it was really, Amber. Oh, MH370. Yeah, I did an entire series live on that. It was really, really interesting. But big chunks of bark ripped off the tree. There was the fingernails and skin of the tips of these fingers that were left on the tree as if they tried to claw their way up. There were burns. There was evidence of a campfire at one point, and there were burns on these people, like this man's legs, as if he just sat there and laid there as he was being burned. It's bizarre, and they all died at different times. They did not all die at once. Like I said, all 9 were scattered across a large playing field, and they all died at separate times. It was what could have possibly killed these 9 people. Well, Boston, no, my first live case I did was the Yuba County 5. And the Yuba County 5 is definitely the American version of the Dyatlov Pass. So I did the Dyatlov Pass on Natasha's. But the Yuba County 5 is kind of very similar, but still the Dyatlov Pass is the one that in my heart, I need to know what happened. Like, what the fuck happened there? So that's definitely a very big mystery in history. Of course, we have Malaysian airline MH370 that took off and never seen again. We have this audio of when a plane goes over a certain territory, it goes from one tower and they do a send off and it goes into like the next tower that takes over. And we have them signing off and never seen again. Now they say we have little pieces of the wings and stuff that was found many, many years later, but I don't necessarily believe that came from MH370. So it's like, where did that fucking plane go? And where did all those passengers go? We have DB Cooper, right? What the fuck happened to DB Cooper? So let's see. So the Dyatlov Pass. On the first night of February 1959, 9 ski hikers died mysteriously in the mountains of what is now Russia. The night of the incident, the group had set up camp on a slope, enjoyed dinner, and prepared for sleep. But something went catastrophically wrong because the group never returned. On February 26, searchers found the hikers' abandoned tent, which had been ripped open from the inside. Surrounding the area were footprints left by the group, some wearing socks, some wearing a single shoe, some barefoot, all of which continued to the edge of a nearby wood. That's where the first 2 bodies were found. shoeless, and wearing only underwear. The scene bore marks of death by hypothermia, but as medical examiners inventoried the bodies, as well as the other 7 that were discovered over the months that followed, hypothermia no longer made sense. In fact, the evidence made no sense at all. One body had evidence of a blunt force trauma consistent with a brutal assault. Another had third-degree burns. One had been vomiting blood. One was missing a tongue, and some of their clothing was found to be radioactive. Theories floated including KGB interference, drug overdose, UFO, gravity anomalies, and the Russian version of the Yeti. Recently, a documentary filmmaker presented a theory involving a terrifying but real phenomenon called infrasound, in which the wind interacts with the topography to create a barely audible hum that can nevertheless induce powerful feelings of nausea, panic, dread, chills, nervousness, raised heartbeat rate, and breathing difficulties. The only consensus remains that whatever happened involved an overwhelming and possibly inhumane force, aka the Dyatlov fucking Pass. I love it. I am so intrigued by it. Fuck you, Natasha. I'm going to just do an entire fucking live on it. Like, because I've been like avoiding it because she's going to say, you stole it from me. Meanwhile, I'm the one who introduced it to her. Okay? Okay. Yeah, Bryn. Hey, Angela. Hey, Shift. Hi, everyone who came in, by the way. Gen X, it's a good one. Ooh, the Mothman prophecies. Yeah. So then we have the sickening noises. Okay, you ready for this? Just do it. I like it, Angela. Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Okay. In December of 2016, a CIA officer checked into the American Embassy's health office in Havana, suffering from nausea, headache, and dizziness. 2 days later, 2 more CIA officers reported similar ailments. By late 2018, the number grew to 26 Americans and 13 Canadians experiencing nausea, hearing loss, vertigo, nosebleeds, and focusing issues. In all the cases, victims claimed that the symptoms were triggered by a strange noise they'd heard at their homes or hotel rooms. One person said the noise was high-pitched. Another described a beam of sound pointed into their rooms. Some insisted that the noise more closely resembled marbles rolling along the floor. The illnesses confounded medical experts. Doctors at the University of Pennsylvania who examined some of the victims diagnosed concussion-like symptoms, but found no signs they'd suffered concussions. We know what you must be thinking. The Cuban government is up to something, right? The Cubans vehemently deny they're responsible, and many American investigators believe them. That's because they still don't know who or what made the victims sick. Was it a new type of weapon? The CIA claims it doesn't know of any weaponry that would cause these symptoms. What about ultrasound? One theory holds that a pair of covert eavesdropping devices placed too close to each other by Cuban agents may have inadvertently produced such a reaction, like the kind of feedback you hear when someone stands too close to a microphone. But the FBI has found no evidence to substantiate that argument. In fact, ultrasound is above the range of human hearing. Recordings of the sounds from some of the victims only added to the confusion. 2 scientists who studied the recordings believe they captured the sound of lovelorn male crickets. One of the scientists, Alexander Stubbs of the University of California, Berkeley, says the insects are incredibly loud. You can hear them from inside a diesel truck going 40 miles an hour on the highway. Still, the scientists had no idea why the sounds might lead to illness in humans. Maybe it was just nerves, Cuba is a high-threat, high-stress post. A former embassy official told da-da-da-da-da. How do you explain what happened in China? In May 2018, an American posted in the consulate in Tunguska was diagnosed with the very same mystery illness. Ultimately, 15 Americans were evacuated. While the seemingly airborne cause of these brain injuries is still a mystery, the fallout is clear. The Americans removed 60% of their diplomats from Cuba and expelled 15 Cuban diplomats from Washington, D.C. The mysterious sounds may well be the opening shots in a new kind of Cold War. Does anyone remember about this? Do you guys remember hearing about these mystery sounds? I think it was some type of like audible weaponry. Like it's frequencies. We know the power of frequencies. Hi, that girl. And hi, Wandering Sub. You do Wandering Sub, right? So I think it may have been some type of experiment, or they might have been just doing something near where they were fucking around with frequencies. And if you hit the right frequency, you can make someone fucking go crazy. You can make someone have nosebleeds. You have to remember our entire Earth, our universe is all made up of frequencies. The Earth has its own frequency. So that's a weird one. Okay, so then we have who and where is D.B. Cooper? The next unsolved mystery, November 24th, 1971. Dan Cooper was a passenger on Northwest Airlines Flight 305 from Portland to Seattle, a 30-minute flight. He was described by passengers and flight attendants as a man in his mid-40s, wearing a dark suit, black tie with a mother-of-pearl tie clip, and a neatly pressed white-collared shirt. He took his seat, lit a cigarette. It's so crazy that you were able to smoke on fucking planes. And politely ordered a bourbon and soda, for which he paid cash. Shortly after takeoff, he handed a note to a 23-year-old flight attendant who ignored it, assuming it was just the man's phone number. Miss, you better look at that note, Dan Cooper told her. I have a bomb. The note's exact wording is part of the mystery, since Cooper reclaimed it after the flight attendant read it, but his demands were for $200,000 in negotiable American currency worth $1 million today. 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the plane on arrival. The flight attendant brought the demands to the captain. The airline's president authorized full cooperation. The other passengers had no idea what was happening, having been told that landing was delayed due to mechanical difficulties. At 5:39 p.m., the plane landed. An airline employee delivered a cash-filled knapsack and parachutes, and Cooper allowed all passengers and 2 flight attendants to leave the plane. During refueling, Cooper outlined his plan to the crew, a southeasterly course towards Mexico with 1 further refueling stop in Nevada. 2 hours later, the plane took off. When it landed in Reno, Cooper's absence was noted. Cooper, whom the media mistakenly referred to as D.B. Cooper, was never seen or heard from again. No parachute was found, and the ransom money was never used. In 1980, a young boy on vacation with his family in Oregon found several packets of the ransom money, identifiable by serial number, leading to an intense search of the area for Cooper or his remains. Nothing was ever found. For a time, it was speculated that Mad Men's fictional Don Draper was the man who would become Cooper. In the real world, a parachute strap was found in 2017 at one of Cooper's possible landing sites. Weird. Right, Amber? It is. We do have a that guy and that girl. Okay, bye, Gen X. Right, smoking in the planes, that girl. I remember when you could smoke in the restaurants. And when you'd come in, it would be like, you want smoking section or non-smoking section? Meanwhile, you could smell that shit in the, like, ew, I could not imagine that today, going into a restaurant, going to sit down and out to eat, and it being filled with people smoking. Ugh. Weird. Okay. Then we have the Pollock sisters. Today, 24% of Americans believe in reincarnation. Although scientists tend to poo-poo the possibility, every once in a while, an unsolved mystery comes around that is so compelling and otherwise unexplainable that it gives even scientists pause. That is what we have in the story of the Pollock sisters. In 1957, two young English sisters, Joanna Pollock, 11, and Jacqueline Pollock, 6, died in a tragic car accident. 1 year later, their mother gave birth to twins, Jillian and Jennifer. When the twins were old enough to talk, they began identifying and requesting toys that had belonged to their dead sisters, pointing out landmarks only their dead sisters would have known, such as a school they'd attended, and sometimes panicking upon seeing cars idling. "That car is coming to get us," they reportedly shrieked on one occasion. After the twins turned 5, these incidents became less frequent, and the girls went on to lead normal lives. Still, the story of the Pollock sisters made its way to Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychologist who studied reincarnation. After studying thousands of supposed cases, Dr. Stevenson wrote a book telling of 14 he believed to have been real, including that of the Pollock sisters. So, something that we see often in reincarnation is at a very young age, these children, thanks for coming, that girl. At a very young age, these children have memories. And up until like 5 to 8 years old, they'll have a rush of all these new memories. And they either stop at that point getting any new memories, or even the memories they had start to fade away. That's something we always see within these reincarnation stories. Hey, Tara. Okay. We have the Solder children. The next unsolved mystery is similar to the Pollocks. George and Jenny Solder of West Virginia were forced to cope not only with the immeasurable loss of their children, but also with the mysterious circumstances surrounding that loss. After the Solder home burned to the ground on the night before Christmas in 1945, 5 of the 10 Solder children were still alive and accounted for. But what about the other 5? From all accounts, it would seem that they had vanished into thin air. Notice how we don't say vanished into smoke. That's because in the ruins of the fire, 0 physical evidence of the children could be found, which is virtually impossible from a scientific standpoint. But that wasn't all that smelled off about the events of that night. Apparently, George tried to save the children who he believed were still trapped inside by using his coal truck, which strangely was inoperable. But the phone lines to the house were found to have been cut. A woman claimed to have seen all 5 missing children peering from a passing car while the fire was in progress. And a woman at a Charleston hotel who saw the children's photos in a newspaper said she had seen 4 of the 5 a week after the fire. The children were accompanied by 2 women and 2 men, all of the Italian extraction, she said in a statement. I tried to talk to the children in a friendly manner, but the men appeared hostile and wouldn't allow it. The Sauter family theorized that the children had been kidnapped, perhaps in an attempt to extort money, perhaps to coerce George into joining the local mafia. The Sauters were Italian immigrants. Or perhaps in retaliation for George's outspoken criticism of Mussolini and Italy's fascist government. From the 1950s until Jenny Sauter's death in the late 1980s, the Sauter family maintained a billboard on State Route 16 with the pictures of the 5 vanished children and offering a reward for information. The last known surviving Sauter child, Sylvia, 69, still doesn't believe her siblings perished in the fire. Woo. Me too, Shauna, right? Hi, Leanne. I am so like my brain because so fascinated with these unsolved what the fuck happened, right? Then we have what really happened to young Walter Collins. And if anybody has seen the Angelina Jolie movie Changeling, that's what it's based on. So in 2008, Clint Eastwood's film Changeling reawakened interest in one of the most bizarre and tragic crime stories of the 1920s. Single mom Christine Collins reported her 9-year-old son Walter missing in March 1928 from their home in Los Angeles. 5 months later, the police brought Walter back to Christine, except it wasn't Walter, and Christine knew it. But the LA police dismissed Christine's concerns, going so far as to accuse her of terrible mothering and having her committed to a mental hospital. The real Walter Collins was never found, and over time, authorities came to believe he was one of the victims of convicted child murderer Gordon Stewart Northcott, although Northcott's mother offered a confession for killing Walter. Whatever happened to Walter Collins, his body was never found, and no one ever learned what really happened, nor has it been established with any certainty why the police were so invested in covering up the boy's disappearance that they brought a different child back to Christine and tried to convince her and the rest of the world that it was Walter. Do you guys know that story? Her 9-year-old child went missing, and the police bring back another child and says it's her son. And she explains, this is not my child. And the more she tried to plead with them, the more they accused her of being a bad mother and threatening to lock her up in the psych ward. Her child was never found. It's a good movie, Land. Yep. A whole nother child. Exactly, Wandering Sub. Whose child was that? Bizarre. The disappearance of Paula Jean Weldon. Exactly, Leanne. Paula Jean Weldon, 18, was a sophomore at Bennington College on December 1st, 1946. The day she told her roommate, Elizabeth Parker, she was going for a long walk, but failed to return. A search focused primarily on Vermont's Long Trail, a 270-mile trail that cut through Vermont to the Canadian border, where local witnesses reported having seen her. The trail yielded no clues, however, and soon, what the Bennington Banner refers to as tantalizing and unquestionably strange leads began to materialize. These include claims by, I can't say this word, guys, but I'm going to try, a Massachusetts Sorry, I can't say it. These include claims by a Massachusetts, I'm sorry, I really can't, waitress that she'd serve an agitated young woman matching Paula's description. Upon learning of this particular lead, Paula's father disappeared for 36 hours, supposedly in a pursuit of the lead. But it was nevertheless a strange move that led to his becoming a prime suspect in Paula's disappearance. Soon, stories began circulating that Paula's home life was not nearly as idyllic as her parents had told the police. Apparently, Paula had not returned home for Thanksgiving the week prior, and she may have been distraught about a disagreement with her father. For his part, Paula's father posited a theory that Paula was distraught about a boy she liked and that perhaps the boy should have been a suspect. Over the next decade, a local Bennington man twice bragged to friends that he knew where Paula's body was buried. He was unable to lead the police to anybody, however, let alone Paula's, and with no evidence of a crime, no body, and no forensic clues, the case grew colder and the theories grew stranger, including those linked to the paranormal. New England author and occult researcher Joseph Citro came up with the Bennington Triangle theory, which explained the disappearance as linked to a special energy that attracts outer space visitors who would have taken Paula with them back to their world. And you guys know I'm all about like the outer space stuff. But come on. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at chat. Oh, really, Amber? Yeah, I cannot say Massachusetts. I just cannot do it. We did a members only live where like I did like the Google where she could tell you like she sounds it out for you. I can't do it. Oh, hell yeah, Sean. I have episode 1 of my Missing 411 David Pilates series scheduled, actually. It's a few days away from episode 1. But that needs its own fucking series. Who knows, Leanne, right? And then I love this one. The Flanin Isles Lighthouse Disappearances. In 1900, 3 keepers of the Flanin Isles Lighthouse off the west coast of Scotland disappeared under the strangest of circumstances. The lighthouse was manned by a 3-person team: Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, and Donald MacArthur, with a 4th man rotating in from shore. On Boxing Day, December 26th of 1900, the relief keeper arrived to find none of the lighthouse keepers present. The only sign that anything was amiss was an overturned chair near the kitchen table. No bodies were ever found, which has led to endless speculation. Theories range from drownings to abduction by foreign spies, a ghost ship, or a giant sea monster. Whatever happened back in December 1900 at the Flanin Isles Lighthouse, we may never know. Oregon? Really? Massachusetts. Yeah. Massachusetts. Never mind. Just forget it. Okay. Then we have the Big Gray Man. The Big Gray Man is an inhumane creature that is said to haunt the summit and passes of the second highest peak in Scotland, Ben Markdu in the native Scottish tongue. The creature is known as Amphir Leith Mor. Like the Yeti of the Himalayas and Bigfoot of the American Pacific Northwest, The big gray man has been seen by few eyewitnesses. What makes the big gray man particularly frightening is that his physical characteristics don't resemble that of a bear, and thus sightings can't be dismissed as bear sightings. Those who have seen the big gray man describe it as an extremely tall, over 10 feet, and human-like, with short hair, broad shoulders, and long arms. Nearly all reports of sightings include the sound of gravel crunching beneath footfalls. Scientists haven't been able to come up with an explanation for the sightings and the accompanying sounds, although psychologists have proposed that those who have been supposedly seen and heard the big gray man have been in a state of physical and mental anguish brought on by exhaustion and or isolation. For now, the big gray man remains a mystery, but if you go to Scotland, let us know if you run into the big gray man. A big gray man. Irvin. Hi, that Michelle. Ooh. Okay, ready? The Lost Colony of Roanoke. In 1587, John White led a group of people from Britain to found an English colony settling on Roanoke Island, one of a chain of barrier islands now known as the Outer Banks of North Carolina. White left for more supplies, but on his return 3 years later, can you imagine going for supplies and not returning for 3 fucking years? Like, I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay. So White left for more supplies, but on his return 3 years later, found the colony meticulously abandoned, with all houses and fortifications dismantled with care. Yeah, American Horror Story. Even though I wasn't big on that season of Roanoke. Before he'd left the colony, White had instructed the colonists that if they were taken by force, they were to carve a cross into a nearby tree. But there was no cross. The only clue was the word Croatoan, the name of a native tribe allied with the English, which was carved into a post. White took this to mean that the colonists had moved to Croatoan Island, now known as Hatteras. Ensuing investigations turned up claims that the colonists had been slaughtered by the Powhatan tribe, but there is no archaeological evidence of this, and a recent re-examination of the primary sources indicates that any massacre that occurred was not of this particular group of colonists, but rather a group of colonists who had arrived earlier. More enduring theories involve integration between the colonists and the Croatoans or other local tribes, but so far, no DNA evidence has positively identified any descendants of the colony. Like, where'd they go? Funcat. Like, can you just imagine, like, sorry, like, for real, like, all right, guys, I'm going to get supplies, like, 3 years. It's like, who picked the short straw for that? Like, nobody wants to go, like, your local Target, like, 3 fucking years it took. Fuck that. That's what I think, Granny. Like, they were fucking most likely eaten. There's no bones. There's nothing. There's nothing. So weird. Okay. Then we have the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, which, again, we talked about a little bit earlier on. People, the other white meat. Don't forget your fava beans. For a pack of smokes and not coming back. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Wandering sub. Okay, so this mystery took place on March 8th, 2014, while flying from Malaysia to China. A Boeing 777 carrying 239 passengers and crew members seems to have vanished into thin air. And remember, guys, if you were here when I did the Malaysian Airlines MH370 episode, we listened to the recordings, like the last audio we have of it and everything. It was really interesting. The multinational search effort, the largest in aviation history, has turned up a mere 20 pieces of aircraft debris. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just thinking at these press conferences, the families were throwing shoes at them because they had no answers. The Prime Minister of Malaysia has declined to comment other than to say that the aircraft disappeared over the Indian Ocean. There was so many, I'm pausing because there was so many fishy stuff with this. The lack of closure has engendered multiple theories, many of which are considered conspiracy theories, which, according to Harvard professor Cass Sunstein, are a natural product of horrific and disastrous situations because such events make people angry, fearful, and looking for a target. Theories include hijacking, capture by the United States, crew suicide. It was reported that the pilot was having marital problems, a fire aboard the aircraft, vertical entry into sea, a meteor strike, and even alien abduction. Notwithstanding the passage of 3 years and the expenditure of $160 million, scoring thousands of square miles of ocean, the disappearance of Malaysian airline flight 370 and the 239 people aboard remains a mystery. Well, and when they went out to do the search, they shut off their tracker. They would not let any family or anything on that ship with them to go out and search, and they shut off their fucking transponder. Then we have the Tunguska Event. On the morning of June 30th, 1908, 770 square miles of forest in Siberia, Russia, were flattened by what would have appeared to have been an explosion, except that there were no witnesses and no other evidence. The phenomenon, known as the Tunguska Event, has been classified by scientists as the largest impact event, which means a recordable impact between two astronomical objects, such as an asteroid and the Earth, in recorded history. Yet no impact crater has ever been found, which would be an important or mark of an impact event. Thus, scientists can only surmise what may have happened, which may be that an asteroid exploded over the Earth and the destruction that ensued beneath it in Siberia was the result of after effects. So if you guys look up at the moon, when you guys see those dark spots, those are craters, which if you want to get into mysteries, the moon, everything about it is a fucking mystery. Or how about the craters on the moon make no sense? With the width of the craters, the size of those craters, they should be deep as fuck, but they're not. They are very shallow. It makes no sense whatsoever. Yes, Penny. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, now that I read their eyes and a mouth. Wait, what? Melissa, their eyes and a mouth. Maybe my ADD kicked in and I don't remember what I was just talking about. What's eyes and a mouth? Oh, That's not their eyes in them now. Mark my words, the moon is a hollow object which has been put there a long time ago to observe Earth. It is in a perfect tidal lock with Earth to where we only have one side of the moon constantly facing. If you take, okay, so we have the largest moon. Our moon is like 24% of what our Earth is. If you examine all other planets, the largest that their moon is compared to their planet is around 13%. Everything about the moon is a mystery. It makes no sense whatsoever. I think it's a hollow object. You have to remember when they dropped the lunar module on the moon with the Apollo missions, they said it rang like a bell for over an hour. It rang like a bell for over an hour. There is no reason why a flimsy little piece of aluminum dropping down onto the moon should make the vibrations go through the fucking planet for over an hour. Hey, tattoos. Okay, so hold on. Yes, exactly, Amber. You could absolutely see. Okay, so like there are Bruce Knows All. Okay, he is a YouTube creator, and he has these really amazing telescopes where you can zoom up so close into the craters, and he live streams, and you could literally see the crafts going in and out of the craters. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's extraterrestrial craft, guys. It's most likely man-made crafts. We did, Penny. Oh, well, if you go by NASA's explanation, we cannot recreate the technology. If we go by what NASA tells us, the official narratives, all of the telemetry that we had recorded, we accidentally recorded over it. You know, just like it was like that old VHS movie that, I accidentally recorded over our wedding video. I'm sorry, I wanted to record the game. This was the fucking most advanced feat in fucking history. We went to the moon, and you're telling us that you accidentally recorded over the telemetry data, and we cannot recreate it. We, as advanced as we are from the 60s, cannot recreate it. And then sorry, I got like worked up at this. And then if you look at them explaining how are we going to possibly get through the Van Allen radiation belts, no man can survive, through these Van Allen radiation belts, but motherfucker, we already did. We already did survive. What do you mean we have to figure out how to get through the Van Allen radiation belts when we already did apparently get through them? Like, it pisses me off. It pisses me off. Or how about, sorry, I gotta stop screaming. You guys gotta tell me stop screaming when I get excited. But how about they are on the moon and they are calling back to our president in real time. There is no lag. There is no delay. They're like, hello, Mr. President. We are on the, well, hello, Neil Armstrong. It's very good to see you. We Americans are sitting down here so proud. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. There is less delay than StreamYard. Does that make sense? Do you think they would be able to talk in real time without a delay? Hello, Mr. President. Hello, Neil. How you guys are doing great. Fuck out of here. Oh my God. There was no delay. No delay. Yeah, Riley. There's a few things that like really I get like really loud because I get passionate about it. You guys just gotta tell me like lower your fucking voice, Melissa. Well, Pumpkin, yeah, we could argue the flag was moving, but they were able to recreate the same conditions in the vacuum, no air, just like the vacuum of space. And would it move? It's possible that it could move. But yeah, there were like, listen, they literally, that lunar module was a piece of tinfoil that they and flew and landed there, and they're talking to us in real time. There's so, like, I will link the videos back in the beginning of my channel. These are all the type of live streams I did, and it does not make sense. It does not, sorry, Tim. Okay. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. Yeah, right. You can't. Okay. And if you look up what they made for those Apollo crafts and the lunar module, the amount of radio waves, basically, like, I'm not smart when it comes to this, but these engineers explained it, where you have to be equipped with how far these reception can go. You know, like the same way that, okay, I have a walkie-talkie, me and my neighbor can talk, but me and someone a mile away, this reception won't work. So it was equipped with a certain amount of reception. And the engineers who went through the book were like, yo, there is no way that there was enough reception to get to the moon and talk in real time like that. Shauna. Deal. But okay, guys, you give me your mysteries in history. What are some of the biggest mysteries in history that really just blow your guys' mind? I want to hear it. Massachusetts. Massachusetts. That one was better. Okay, Amber, let's see. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't check my messages ever, and I should while I'm streaming. Oh, I got the biggest mystery of them all. Ready? What lawyer do you know would create an account titled attorney, okay? Titled attorney, and talk in your client's chat and literally refer to the other person you are going and pursuing charges against as Methica. That is a big mystery in history. Please tell me, what fucking lawyer is sitting there in a chat, attorney, and referring to the person your client is going after as Methica? Methica. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, how stupid. Right? Like, Granny? Okay, because we just had the example, right, where we watched court proceedings, right, with the Vanessa Lana situation. Okay, great. So we know there's no bullshit. So how do you think, if you are going to file charges against Jess and you're in the courtroom, and then do you not think they're going to say, is this you, the lawyer, mystery lawyer, you know, the one called attorney? Yes, that is me. Okay. And is that you who made the comments? Methica? Yes, that was, like, are you fucking serious? What is wrong in your people's minds that you think this is for real? Coco. For real, do you think a fucking lawyer is calling these people Methica? Seriously? Do you know any lawyer who's going to be sitting in a chat just chatting away? Oh, did you see that, attorney? Yeah, I saw that bullshit. Like, what? This is the biggest mystery of the night. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. This is something else. No. 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 It's not how it fucking works. It's not how it works. Oh God, it hurts my brain that people genuinely believe that shit. You have to pay every hour that you are taking from a lawyer. If you if you are pursuing charges against all these other people, what are they doing in your chat? What are they doing in your chat? Don't they have to document everybody else? All the harassment the others are doing, all of the threats the others are doing. They're not there to sit in a chat and co-sign what you're doing. Okay, even if they aren't paid by the hour, Amber, right? Let's play devil's advocate here. Okay, you're paid by 15 minutes. The point is, how much time are they accumulating being in your chat? You think, like, I've had a couple of lawyers, right? I could never imagine calling them up and be like, yo, thanks for sending over the paperwork, but quick question. Like, do you mind creating an account and coming in and talking to my friends on my channel and co-signing what I'm doing? No. No. What? Like, that's not how it works. Your lawyer would not be caught dead referring to the person you're pursuing charges against as Methica. And any one of you who are her subs, you don't have to fucking like me, but you know damn well that is bullshit. That is the biggest slap in the face that she could do to you guys, is insult you and think you are that dumb. Why would they be chatting? I don't know, Heather. That's a great question, because she's sitting over there like, did you catch that, attorney? Oh, no, I didn't catch that. I was looking at the moon. Like, what do you think they're doing with their life? For real? They'd be needing to document everything everybody else is doing, not you. Shauna. For real, like, it doesn't do anything to us, but she is insulting you guys as her subscribers, as her followers, as the people who put the money in that PayPal account. She is insulting you guys by doing things like that and pretending it's real, it's legit. Never. It would never happen that way. Exactly, Sabrina. Like, you think they're going to risk their livelihood, their career? You think they're going to sit there and talk shit in a chat with you? Are we for real? You think a fucking lawyer is shooting the shit, talking shit in a chat? Hell no. Just think back about the court audio we watched, or we listened to. Can you imagine if one of those attorneys were caught doing that? Because that can actually fall into like intimidation. A lawyer isn't allowed to harass people, especially the ones they're allegedly taking into court. That's not, no, that's an automatic way to lose a case. Jesus. It makes me like concerned, like, and so it's like, do all of these people just believe her, or do they know it's bullshit and don't care? No, K-Sac, and they wouldn't. It is, Bryn. It's a fucking joke. So yeah, I just wanted to touch a little bit upon that fucking mystery because out of all the ones we discussed tonight, that one's blowing my fucking mind. Okay, so let me go on to Amber's. Oh, I got the living statues one. Yeah, Amber. Okay. So we have the living statues mystery as requested by Amber. From 1917 to 1928, 500,000 people were afflicted with a ghastly condition that could be part of the plot line of a horror movie. The victims, very much alive and conscious, found themselves in inexplicably frozen states, their static bodies prisons from their minds. Encephalitis lethargica, EL, aka the sleeping sickness, first appeared in Europe and quickly spread around the world, reaching epidemic levels in North America, Europe, and India by 1919. About a third of those stricken with the illness died. Of the survivors, nearly half eventually found themselves unable to physically interact with the world around them, all the while fully aware of their surroundings. Though occasionally capable of limited speech, eye movement, and even laughter, they generally appeared as living statues, totally motionless for hours, days, weeks, or years. The cause is unknown, but one theory is brain inflammation triggered by a rare strain of Streptococcus, the bacteria responsible for many sore throats each year. Science's best guess is that the bacteria mutated, provoking the immune system to attack the brain, leaving the victim helpless. None of this explains why the illness disappeared only to resurface sporadically, be it in Europe in the 1950s or in China 10 years ago when a 12-year-old girl was hospitalized for 5 weeks with the disease. Are such occurrences the new normal, or are they signs that EL could be planning something bigger any day? A 2004 analysis of 20 patients with symptoms remarkably similar to EL concluded that whatever ailed them is still prevalent. As such, history's so-called sleeping sickness remains the stuff of nightmares. Did you guys ever watch that movie with Robert De Niro where he played a patient who was living in the catatonic state until he was given a medication where he was able to hi cheap girl, hi the chick, somewhat get his life back. But yeah, it was based on a true story. Very, very interesting. I forgot the name of that movie. Is it Sleepers? No, not Sleepers. I don't know. Okay, what else, guys? Give me Awakenings, Bryn. Thank you. Great movie. All right, guys, give me some mysteries. What are the most fascinating mystery in history? Well, what sucks, Penny, is that the person is completely paralyzed, cannot speak, cannot communicate, but you are fully cognitively aware. That is terrifying. Terrifying. You are trapped. I read an article about resignation disorder, and it happens to kids who see war and they just sleep all the time. Resignation disorder. That's very interesting. Oh, yeah. The pyramids. Oh, the pyramids. How the fuck did they build them? How did they get the materials there? Everything around it. Ooh, Admiral Byrd and the hollow earth theory. Again, Tim, that's an entire live I did on the hollow earth, the inner earth theory. So fascinating. I have something fascinating how nobody in Korea, I think, hold on. How nobody in Korea, I think it is, can sing My Way by Frank Sinatra at karaoke because so many people have gotten murdered while singing it. Are you serious? They got killed singing Frank Sinatra's My Way? Yes, what a good, you guys know the Max Headroom broadcasting hacking incident? This whoever was able to hack into the TVs, and this really freaky video of this Max Headroom like face trippy thing took over. Yes, Stonehenge spontaneous combustion freaks me out, Amber. I showed you guys that on a live too, where all that was left was this old woman's foot. She just spontaneously combusted. My Way killings. Huh? I need to see that. This is a thing. The My Way killings are a social phenomenon in the Philippines, referring to a number of fatal disputes which arose due to the singing of the song My Way, popularized by Frank Sinatra in karaoke bars. A New York Times article estimated the number of killings to be about 6 up to 2010. That's freaky. So if you happen to be singing, first of all, I've sang My Way at many karaoke bars. But if you happen to sing that in the Philippines, you ended up murdered? Ooh, Tim, that's a good one. This is just bugging me out, though. Very interesting. I think I got away lucky, man. Why did I Google it? I need to be prepared if I'm going to see bodies. Fuck. Leopold the Second. Let me see that. Leopold the Second. Ooh. He is best known for the widespread atrocities that were carried out under his rule, as a result of which as many as 10 million people died in the Congo Free State. I know, Bryn. I'm trying to like read it, okay? Well, this is a lot. I don't even know where to start with this. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into this because this is a lot. Crazy. Well, thanks for coming, Hebrew. Yeah, where's Jimmy Hoffa? That's a great one. Did you guys watch The Irishman? Yeah, we went through DB Cooper already. You have any theories? Rolling with the homies. Did someone say the Everglades? You would like to think DB Cooper is still alive? Hey, Missy K. Ooh, another mystery is Oak Island. Ooh, let's see that. Oak Island. Wait, this is a show. Okay. Okay, so the island is best known for various theories about possible buried treasure or historical artifacts and the associated exploration. Oh no, Missy K, I'm so sorry. Ooh, okay, Penny. It's very intriguing whether they find treasure or not, though. It's already changed history. Ooh. Ooh, the escapes from Alcatraz. Yes. And we went through the Solder children. You know what? Also, the Beaumont children. The mystery of the Beaumont children also is really fucking intriguing. Really, really intriguing. Oh, cool. UVB 76. What's that? UVB 76. What's that? Show me. Why is my internet being weird? What is happening? But the nickname the Buzzer is a shortwave radio stations that broadcasts on the frequency of 4625 hertz. It broadcasts a short, monotonous buzz tone, repeating at a rate of approximately 25 tones per minute, 24 hours per day. Sometimes the buzzer signal is interrupted and a voice transmission in Russian takes place. I know this. I just didn't know. Yes, I knew this. Yup. The start date of broadcasting is disputed. However, it was allegedly reported to have started broadcasting in the late 1970s. Yes, I just didn't know the name of it. Okay, let's... That shit freaks me out. I'm very weird. Like, I could watch true crime stuff and but I'll get freaked out by things like that. I don't know why. Ooh, Leanne. Okay. I'd like it. Yeah, the 3 Navy ships full of people that disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle obviously is one of the biggest mysteries. I loved Lost. 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 42. I forgot the rest. But that was a great show. John Locke. Yeah, Area 51. Lost was great, right? I had such a fucking crush on Jack. Even though the ending was like weird, but yeah, I didn't really with the way it built up, like it was so bizarre and it was so cool until like the ending was like but you know what? I think I'd have to like watch it again now that I'm older. It is true that the Loch Ness is a whole penis. Oh, wait, a whale penis. Tim. Huh. You know what I think? Like with the ending of Lost, I think because it wasn't absolutely certain with what they were telling you. Like people interpreted it as many different ways. Oh, really? Sabrina? I thought John Locke was sexy as fuck. I don't know if it was his knives, his little bald prickly head. I don't fucking know. He was just sexy. Hey, Turtle Gum. So let's see what else. Biggest mysteries. I know. Where's the 20K? It was sexy. Well, I at least liked it. Ooh, why is there a monster black hole in the center of the heart of every galaxy? The 20,000 is something that will never be solved. Ooh, yeah, the real Emily Rose. I love everything Ed and Lorraine Warren, like the Conjurings and stuff. Let's see. So, how about what is dark matter? When you got like, okay, dark matter gives out no light or too little light for us to detect. We know it exists because we see the effect of its gravity on the visible stars and galaxies. But basically, there is more dark matter than there is light matter, meaning there is so much within our universe around us that we just can't perceive or see. Ooh, I would love that. I would love that. Another big mystery, does time exist? We know it does not. You know, time is a man-made concept. Time is what stops everything happening at once, but time is a slippery concept. Most of what we think we know is false. For instance, we imagine time flowing. However, for something to flow, it must flow with respect to something else, just as a river flows with respect to a riverbank. Does time flow with respect to something else, a second type of time? The idea seems nonsensical. Most likely, the flow of time is an illusion created by our brains to organize the information constantly flooding in through our senses. We also have a strong sense of a shared past, present, and future. However, the idea of a common presence appears nowhere in our fundamental description of reality, relativity. Precisely how someone else's time is sliced up depends on how fast they are moving relative to you or the strength of the gravity they are experiencing. So, have you guys ever watched the movie Interstellar? That is an extremely accurate movie. So when Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway go through this wormhole and they arrive on a planet, and for every 1 minute on this planet is like 30 years on Earth, that is accurate. Time is relative to where you are. And so that movie was so great because at the end, it also shows how basically the fourth dimension, what is time, you're able to access it, like little memories in each room. You're able to go in and access it. It's all happening at the same time. That's scientifically logical of what it is right now. So yeah, I love that. Ooh, a local one, the Boston Art Heist. Ooh, I'm not familiar with that. The Boston Art Heist. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, guys. Oh, I forgot to say, Holly's going live in 30 minutes. Hey, Christiane. And I think Doyle is going to be on panel with Boston, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll raid her live after we're done with mysteries. So hold on. Wait, it was the Boston Art Heist. Here we are. In the early mornings hours of March 18th, 1990, 13 works of art were stolen from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. Guards admitted 2 men posing as police officers responding to a disturbance call, and the thieves tied the guards up and looted the museum over the next hour. Hi, Susan. Is Doyle's song available on iTunes? I don't think so. But I'll link you to it if you want to watch it. Hold on. Do. Do. I'm coming. I'm getting it. Hey, where'd it go? Okay. I got it. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I wish I had a mysterious breakfast in Massa. I see what you're doing. Here is a link to Doyle's new song. If you guys aren't already subscribed to that new channel, go over, subscribe. Doyle is the shit. Can we throw out murder mysteries as well? Absolutely, Penny, because the one that troubles you the most is JonBenet Ramsey. I'm afraid we are never going to find out. I started a series on JonBenet Ramsey, and we only got 1 episode in because I was collabing with other people, but I'm just moving forward with the series myself because JonBenet is one of the first ones that I really fell down the rabbit hole with. Even though I'm dying to know what happened, but it doesn't intrigue me the way the Dyatlov Pass does, because with JonBenet, I could find, I believe it's one of a couple of people. I have a feeling I know who it is. But with the Dyatlov Pass, I have no logical fucking explanation what the fuck happened. For real. Like, I have there's no natural explanation for what happened to those 9 hikers. Ooh, the West Memphis 3, yeah. Yeah, Penny, and did you see how John now wants to reopen the case? And he said with the way that technology has advanced over the course of the last 25 years, he wants to test all of the evidence that hasn't been tested with DNA. Wow, my hand hurts. I don't know what happened. Holly Lewis in the news is old school. I have sent Doyle to wreak havoc on this community, starting with hijacking her channel. Oh, fuck. So, pardon me, you guys. Holly will not be going live tonight. Apparently, Doyle is going to hijack Holly's channel and go live from it in T-minus 30 minutes. So, we're fucked. We're fucked. You still have not been sacrificed as a burrito, Tim. This is true. What? My name is who? He's a typical demon. Yes, it's a Doyle takeover. I'm sure he held Holly up at gunpoint. Do you need guns in hell? It's a good question. I don't know. It depends on which way you look at it, Christiane. It depends on which way you look at it. One person might be flattered by getting hijacked. Another person may not so much. We don't know. Chicka chicka Slim Shady. Yeah, so I'm excited. Don't you know that you're toxic, Doyle? And tomorrow's Tuesday trivia, and I haven't figured out what the fuck we're going to do yet. So I'm going to have to work on that while I watch Holly's channel getting hijacked. His rhymes are dope, Wandering Sub. They're very, very good. So again, if you haven't already subscribed to Mr. V and listened to Doyle's new song, I'm dropping the link. So go over and do that now. Wolfie. Thanks, Tara. I fucking love mysteries. But yeah, I think the biggest mystery of them all is, one, what happened to the 20,000? And two, do people actually believe that's a legitimate attorney in her chat? I don't know. Did I? I don't remember, Wolfie. Don't call me creepy. I can't believe that. An attorney in a chat, titled attorney, calling someone that they're apparently filing charges against Methica. I will never, for the life of me, understand. And that's all I want to ask her people is, do you believe it? Do you actually believe it? Or do you know it's bullshit and you just don't care? Which one is it? Just answer. Please leave a comment down below. I am dying to know. Be honest. Do you genuinely believe it? Or do you know it's total bullshit and just go along with it? Heather went to Target. I don't think it's a troll. Well, and apparently someone donated $1,000 to her PayPal pool as a fuck you to douche canoe. You guys, Heather will be back in 3 years, okay? Let her go to Target. She'll be back. Donated $1,000 in spite of douche canoe. I'll never understand. I don't think it's a troll. Someone said, you think so, OG Fish? Someone said, it's the same woman who was in her chat giving her the legal advice. I don't remember the name of the woman. But now they, she just created another chat, just like another account labeled attorney. Susan, see, Wolfie, I'm not attorney Wolfie. See, simple as that. Take it up with my attorney if you have issues. I want $1,000 too, Tim. Feel free. I'm going to create a PayPal pool and title it Just Because. Let's see if I can get $1,000 too. I hear a lot of people thinking that, oh, she's giving it to herself. But PayPal takes a percentage. So if you would send it to yourself, that means you have to pay the cut. Angela. I'm able to pay you in Legos. Perfect. Fuck yes. No, there was no S on the end of attorney. I guess it was a solo. Oh, that's a good idea. I shall do that. I'm going to create a PayPal pool for pussy cream. We all need it. I'm going to hand them out Oprah style. You get a pussy cream and you get a pussy cream. We all get pussy creams. Replacement fund. Oh, God, she pisses me off. Hi, Road. My phone always gets a virus. Oh, my goodness. You'd rather get a muff brush? Fuck. Well, could we do like pussy cream and muff brush? Can we do that? Like 500 goes to pussy cream, 500 goes to a muff brush. Your choice. There is a sell on Groupon to be an attorney. Have someone come in as a pharmacist so it seems legit. That's perfect. I will need someone to come in with the name pharmacist to back up my claims that this is legit. These funds is going to pussy cream and muff brushes. And don't forget the cactus. So ridiculous. Oh, man. I don't fucking get it. She's gotten so cocky. She really has. Did you see that, attorney? Give me a break. Siren is a pharmacy dude. Yep. Telling you, that's the biggest mystery of the night. Where's the 20K? Yes, Christian. Thank you. Oh man, yeah, it's just crazy. Oh, so I watched a little bit of Jess's live earlier, and then I started falling down the rabbit of this YouTube channel. The one she was discussing, the what's the name of it? Hold on. It is Love Notes for TLC. Yo. That is a problematic creator. That is a problematic creator. Punkette the attorney farm says, perfect. Thank you. Perfect. This woman, she's a homeless woman, who says she's disabled, who suffers from PTSD and panic attacks, and how do I say this? Okay. She got divorced and she has a daughter, but she hasn't seen her in 5 years. No, she does not have parental rights. But she will meet these guys on, what is it called? Bumble? Whatever that app is. And she'll say like, oh, I'm just trying to find a warm bed to sleep in tonight. Because again, yes, Christiane. So, I'm homeless, so I just want a place to stay. And then she will very much have sex with these guys. But come the next morning, she will claim that she was RAPD, trigger warning. Sorry, it was a late trigger warning. And Bumble, thank you. What did I say? I don't know. Yeah, Christiane, it was bad. So she'll claim that she was RAPD, but then all of the messages are released, and that is not the circumstances. And then she went on like the Bumble. Wait, what is it called again? Yeah, Bumble. 2 days after, met another guy, same exact situation, and claimed she was RAPED'd again. And now she is allegedly pregnant. But nobody knows for real if she's pregnant. She says she knows it was the second encounter because where the guy came, it was all, I don't know how to explain it. It was way crazy. It was real crazy. Yeah, all the guys are military, but then she shows up at her ex's, who's remarried, and she's banging on the door, and she's claiming that her ex RAPED'd her in her sleep too. Yeah, so now she's threatening to kill her unborn baby. If she is indeed pregnant, she's threatening to kill her unborn baby. Because I saw a lot of people who were saying, oh, this isn't right. This lady needs help. You shouldn't be making content. No. Get the full story, because I sure as hell did. This woman doxed her own daughter, put her social security number out there, her school, and now she's threatening to kill her unborn child, saying that if she stays homeless, she's going to go out into the woods. Like, horrible shit. Horrible shit. Yes, she does, Road. And Tim, so I have been down this rabbit hole. She has been arrested on and off. Attorney that Michelle, you guys are so funny. She has been arrested on and off for cyber harassment. Like, basically, like, okay, so there was, with her ex, there was this instance where he left her at home for a period of time, like a few days, and he had guns in his home, and then she took pictures of the guns with her, and she was saying this was attempted murder. because he left her at home, and in his home he had guns. It's bizarre. Yeah, Angela. So it does appear that she is indeed pregnant, but the scary as hell part is that she's threatening to kill this unborn child. So I understand, because when I first clicked on and I watched Granny stream earlier, it like I felt bad. It was triggering for me just seeing a parent, yearn for their child, like whatever the circumstances are. And then I went down the rabbit hole and I started to look into it more. And I was like, holy fuck, this is bad. This is really fucking bad. And so I found this other creator who's been covering her, and she does like a really good job. She's like, her name is like Owl something. I don't know. But then, yeah, I fell on her channel itself, and I was like, geez Louise, it is insane. So yeah, for like a few hours after Granny's stream, I was like watching it all, and I'm like binge watching it. I'm like, this is insane. Because God forbid something happens to that baby, like, and she's saying she's going to do this type of things. Like, I hope the right, the proper authorities intervene, and get this woman help. Oh, is that her name, Penny? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't get to watch the full coverage today, but I did watch pieces of it, and she did a really good job. Those damn muffins, right? Those damn muffins. So you did have your husband make muffins. Yeah, original owl. Thank you, Angela. Heather. Yeah, deep. Me too. Even though I have to get trivia ready for tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do yet. It's fucking muffins. Oh, and I watched a video of Amber Heard back, what is it called? It was before she went to court. It was her, like, she was being interviewed. I forgot what it's called. Like, she was being interviewed, just in front of the attorneys first, versus what she claimed on the stand, like describing the same exact instances. Totally more dramatic on the stand. She was talking originally like it didn't even bother her. Yeah, in the deposition. Thank you, Shauna. So in the deposition, she was totally fine. She was eating. She was just whatever. And then you see her recalling the same instance and crying, dramatic. I hate her. Angela, that'll be chaos. She makes me so mad. Women like Amber Heard makes me mad. Did anyone see the SNL skit they did about Amber Heard, the Johnny Depp trial? We do, pharmacist, that guy. Heather, has it been 3 years already? Does anyone think a guy would use a tampon applicator to do blow? I think I think if they didn't have anything else, maybe. When she said her sister taught him how to snort coke, yeah. The fucking jars of coke, right? It's a jar. Fucking, and then they put in like the Pirates of the Caribbean clip of him like, I have a jar. Yeah. Yeah, I got to catch up with it. We have a group created because we're supposed to be discussing all of the Amber Heard trial, like the second half. But I totally wasn't on top of it today. But moving forward, we'll be on top of it, and we'll try to do daytimes live discussing it. Maybe we'll stream some of it. Ooh, you're accepted, Punkette. You're hired. You're an attorney and a pharmacist. You are hired. Right, but the interview she went on the very next day had no visible signs of black eyes, swollen nose, nothing. Yeah, it's not like it was used. Wait, everyone doesn't keep their blow in a jar. There, a woman's boyfriend thought you stuck a maxi pad on sticky side up. No! No! Ouch! So it's a waxing and a pad at the same time. Youch! What person thinks you put the sticky side up? Hey! Yeah, jinx, Heather. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, there's a new infomercial idea. Got a waxing pad for when you're in a hurry. Oh, yes, I do, Rena. Look at me now. I have all of my attorneys. We're going to create a PayPal pool for pussy cream and muff brushes. And these are my attorneys and pharmacists. Look at Punkette on the screen. I have an attorney who is also a pharmacist. Wax on, wax off. Oh my God, I hate Amber Heard. I hate her. They snorted blow first through a tampon applicator before they put their pad on sticky side up. Objection! Oh my God. Wait, did Amber really try to say he snorted it through I must have missed that part today. She's trying to claim he snorted through a tampon applicator? Hearsay! It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. She said her sister taught him how. Yeah. I don't think, listen, he literally starred in the film Blow. I do not think he needed to be taught how to do the cocaine. All right? I object, and here's some pussy cream. Yes. Bryn. Yes, and she said her own sister is the one who told him how to do it. Yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, whatever happened to the dollar bills? Tampon applicators. That's what I was thinking, Shona. I'm like, maybe if it was like a light, tampon, but not a heavy flow tampon, because that shit, it would be bigger than your nostril. Exactly, Sabrina. Like, as much as I'm laughing about it, that's what makes me angry, because it's people like Amber that the women or the men who really need help don't get believed. No, but she did have a picture of him with melted ice cream all over him, right? And the guy's like, so this is you passed out? And he's like, this is me sleeping. And he's like, and as you can see, I had my hand in my pocket, so I was not ice creaming. I had my hand in my pocket, so I was not in the act of eating this ice cream. Yes. See, that's exactly what I needed, Punkette. Oh my God, Rode. That's so funny. And she sent that pic to her friend for support for her. She said she needed, yeah. Yeah, right, Wandering Attorney? Wandering Attorney. You guys are killing me with these names. Oh my God, she's going to get she's going to get pissed off. Yeah, nodding off doesn't necessarily mean drug-induced sleep. You can just, I've heard people refer to nodding off just from falling asleep. You're nodding off. not Amber's melted ice cream that she handed him and fell asleep. He's like, I just got done working a 19-hour day. She knew when she handed me that ice cream, I was going to drop it. He literally said, look at my other hand. My right hand is in my pocket and I was not ice creaming. That's what I'm saying, Tim. He literally starred in the movie Blow. I highly doubt he needed Amber Heard's sister to direct him how to do it. He was rude, yes. She is a sleaze. Well, that's what we were planning on doing, Susan. We created an entire group for the Depp vs. Heard trial like last week, but I just didn't. I was not around today, and I'm not going to be around for the first half of tomorrow either. But after that, we will get back to streaming and commentating over it. Attorney, that Michelle. My right hand in my pocket, and the other one is holding ice cream. Are you watching Rekita? Oh, I don't know her. I watched Legal Bites all day today watching it. They have a panel of like 6. Yes, I've seen them too, Penny. Yeah. Also, the pic she took and sent around of his drugs on the table, it's staged like he's going to use a tampon applicator to snort drugs. Listen, if Johnny Depp doesn't even have a dollar bill in his pocket or a straw, like, you could even fucking, if you have a long nail, you could just scoop that shit and, you know, like, you could pull it Doyle style. He does that little long nail, he'll do a little scoop and pass that shit. Moment of silence for the ice cream. I screamed, she screamed, we all screamed for ice cream. Oh, Emily Baker, yeah. With her license, was it? Oh, I gotta go back and watch it. That's what I'm saying. That's why when whoever asked, like, would a man use an applicator? Yeah, if they had nothing else. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see how big the applicator was. That's a big fucking hit. But if he really is having coke in jars the way he says, I wouldn't be surprised if he just slid that, he extended that applicator out and fucking dipped it down into that jar. Yeah, they're fancy. Coke spoons and vintage jars. It's epic from the very first question. I'll say, yeah, I'm gonna watch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wandering attorney, you just need that extra long pinky nail, and you're good. Yeah, pharmacist, that guy. I'm gonna get off so we could raid over to Holly's in 5 minutes. Yeah, silver plated Coke straw. Ooh. Yeah, Susan, we're gonna start covering it. If tomorrow, if I'm home in time, I have to go into Manhattan tomorrow. He was doing it by himself. Why would he have a tampon on him but no bills or a straw or a long nail or a fucking, you could even put that shit right on like the spot between your thumb and your pointer and you just lift it up to your nose. Yes, we can. We're going to burst in and we're going to say Jade Raid. It's corny and cheesy and I love it. Jade Raid. It's so ridiculous. Fucking Amber Heard, man. She just, she pisses me off. She really does. If you got rated, the applicator would be flushable with cardboard. Oh, I was thinking more of a plastic applicator. Please don't tell me it was a fucking cardboard applicator. I was thinking plastic applicator. I'm sure Doyle will have cocaine. Oh, she is just... Yep, exactly, Amber. Don't be like Amber Heard. Own your shit. It's so ridiculous. It was a plastic one Pearl brand. Okay. Yeah. I can see it. All right, so here is Holly's link. Those cardboard ones freaking hurt. Yeah. Punkette, the attorney pharmacist. Those are outdated. All right. We don't need that. Okay. But all right, guys, I very much loved episode 1 of Mysteries in History. I look forward to moving on to episode 2. And for episode 2, I'll make sure to bring up a visual presentation next time. I didn't really have the time to get it all together this time, but I love it. I love going through mysteries and the unsolved ones that make no sense. So yeah, it's awesome. So there is Holly's link. Let me drop Christiane's link too, actually, before we go. So let's go do a Jade raid over to Holly, where Doyle is hijacking her channel. So, and yeah, if I'm able to make it onto stream part of tomorrow's court hearing, I absolutely will, so we could commentate over it. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Spread some peace, love, and positivity, everybody. I love you all. Mwah. Namaste.